And we're back for more Sorcerian. As you can see, today we're going to be investigating the disappearance of some other adventurers. But it's hard to call the cause much of a mystery when it says Medusa right there in the title. We start off in a peaceful enough scene here, but Shaggy's going to prepare his new spell, Storm Blast, nonetheless. This is another adventure where the music order is all screwed up, but I've rearranged all the songs to play where they're intended to. We're being attacked by some griffins here, and Storm Blast is making short work of them. It's an 8-way homing spell that only seems to affect flying stuff. Well, it looks like this village is abandoned, and they're going with the old cliche where they all left their tea kettles on, so they couldn't have got too far. There's nothing in any of these houses right now, and you can't even interact with the closed doors. This bit's not too exciting, but as you can see, definitely nobody home. This song is another one I used to hate. Just anything in the major key, get it out. But I think it's effective for setting up the whole atmosphere of a peaceful forest where something isn't right. This looks like Medusa's dark work. Since they're all gathered around this mine shaft, let's go ahead and investigate. Seems like a good place for a monster lair. Yep, here's Medusa. Between her and the snake, she's constantly shooting all around. You get poisoned in pretty short order here. She does have a petrifying beam that she telegraphs by standing still for a moment, but it has a pretty low chance of stoning you, maybe less than 1 in 4. We can't actually kill Medusa yet, as you saw there, so we gotta move deeper into the forest and look for some clues. Since everybody's poisoned and nobody can get HP back, I bring the status window up here to show the imminent danger these Gillmen have put us in. Without Mad Mardigan's infinite healing sword, which he inherited from Sorcia. Let's just say I won't be cross-posting this in the hard games thread. Dropping down into this shaft gets us into another part of the mine. If you know your mythology, you should know that a mirror shield is indispensable for killing Medusas. It's fortunate there's someone up there to throw a rope down, because we can't actually get out by going backwards. There's a blockade. So now we've met Anna, our companion for this adventure. She sets us on the trail for the stone antidote, and speaking of antidote, she's got a couple cure potions on her. For now there's nothing we can do to the east, and her master is among the stoned villagers, so it's time to head back towards the village. Since Anna has 0 MP, she's not going to be slinging any spells, but she can swing her sword. Her main draw, anyway, is her set of helpful anti-Medusa potions. I am about to show off something special, though, something Shaggy's been working on for several years. I enchanted his wooden cane with Dragon Slayer. What this spell does is shoot your standard beam, but it also sends a ball kind of rolling along the ground slowly. It seems to be effective against just about every minor enemy, but based on some preliminary testing, I feel like I was misled by the name of the spell. More on that in a minute, since we're back here. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but what we have to do now, rather than cure these people, is try to fight Medusa again. Anna must be too consumed with vengeance at this point to do anything else. But yeah, we still can't do any damage to Medusa, not even with Dragon Slayer. The combination of enchantments to get Dragon Slayer is one of each god. But it's not as simple as that because of the way they interact and subtract each other and additive. It's complicated. Starting from scratch, going by the guide I used, it was a 19-step process. So if you're not at good karma, that can be a character's entire lifetime. Looking at it now, I probably could have cut it down to like 15 steps. Anyway, this knot hole in the tree won't appear until you fight Medusa after getting the antidote. Bunch of different guys to talk to in here. A couple of them are even important. Well, if you remember from much earlier when I mentioned a blockade in the mine, that's been lifted now, and we can get to the blue cord. One last thing to say about Dragon Slayer, though. While I was disappointed that it didn't seem to work on boss dragons, the spell has a different name in the Japanese version. It's called Noila Tem, so I guess it's Sierra's fault. For the most part, the spell names are the same between versions, but a couple of spells with, like, the word God in the name, and of course Noila Tem, were changed. As you can see, there are multiple places in the mine where you can run into Medusa, which is pretty cool. Now that we have the blue cord, the fountain where we need to offer it is back up the mountain to the east of where we met Anna. I like the idea of an invincible boss roaming around an area. It makes me think of the first stage of Illbleed, which is a stupid horror game for the Dreamcast. But I remember there being a segment in there where you run around a maze and this invincible slasher is chasing you. I could be misremembering. But Super Great Friend did a LP of Illbleed, and it's worth checking out if you've never seen the game. It's pretty funny. Coming up on the fountain here. I should note that this doesn't have any kind of effect outside of the adventure. It's only for killing Medusa. Maybe it's just me, but Medusa strikes me as a weird choice out of all the bosses in the game to be the one boss that you basically have to spend the whole adventure preparing to fight. I guess she's mythological and sort of timeless or something. Everybody knows who Medusa is. We are finally ready for the final confrontation, though. You can fight her at any point in the mine where she shows up, it doesn't matter. The only difference in the fight this time is that it ends. It's pretty easy, as ever. I do give the final shot to Anna, though, out of professional courtesy. Now that Medusa's reign of terror, or curse if you will, has finally been ended, let's go save the villagers. I can move again, is all that any of these guys say. So it sounds like Anna's master has headed back into the mountains, and it's impossible to actually go find him in the adventure. So we're just gonna go back to Pentawa with Anna in tow. No hidden treasures this time, just a sense of a job well done. Let's say our goodbyes to Anna, and that's it. Nothing's gonna happen. You're believing what I'm telling you, right? Turns out Medusa wasn't dead after all. The ill-bleed slasher connection was more appropriate than you thought. Unless you've played this before, I don't know. For this fight, Medusa's head has a simple pattern. She just flies across, dropping snakes, and then makes a big loop down. And that's the time when you have to hit her. Seems to have lost the ability to poison us, though. And like a few bosses we've seen before, Medusa's hitbox seems to be the real opponent here. So this fight drags on for about 20 seconds longer than it should. It's been a pretty cool little quest though, right? Scenario 3 seems to be packed with these kind of linear, short, punchy adventures. We're almost done here though. Yeah. Okay, I lied earlier. Now there are hidden treasures to go discover, so let's do that. The Ring of Power you find in the fireplace here has Turn Spell on it. You'll be seeing that in action next episode. But for now, I hope you like anime because that's what you're about to get. Sorry about that. There are 3 more items to get, so bear with it a little longer. I think it's nice though. The armor up on this ledge actually has pretty good stats, but I don't think I kept it. If it does have a spell, it's locked. The Laurel Rod has the spell Bolt, which again you'll be seeing next episode. And finally at the very end of the level is the Angel's Robe, which has the spell Binding. We've put the Curse of Medusa to bed though, so I hope you'll join me next time for The Missing Magician. Thanks for watching.